So it was this point where I wanted to kind of get into hairdressing. Mm-hmm. So I catapult into doing so, and I find out you go to beauty school. Well, there comes the conversation with my father. Dad, high school's not looking like a great option for me. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to go to beauty school. What do you think?
Yeah.
An NFL football coach looks at his oldest son and says, "Oh, you know what? Good job. Good for you. I'm so proud of you." I was alienated from that moment. Then I knew those feelings that I had being younger, my brother kind of overexceeding me, and I knew that those were gone because now I had zero relationship with my father. Never understood it, didn't get it. And, that just wasn't for me. Mm-hmm. But it was. In my father's eyes, it was never good. Nothing besides football would have been good enough.
Right.
So that kind of ended our relationship until a few years before until like a year before he passed away. We had time for closure, but, then it was gone. There was no more
relationship. You were 17?
There was no more relationship. Yeah, I was 16 or 17 at that point. Okay. Yeah, because like I said, I was in the 8th grade, got my bus pass, and I knew that I wasn't going to be going to high school.
Right, right.
Showed up to high school. I think I lasted 20 minutes. And when I say 20 minutes, I don't think I'm exaggerating. I think I went in for half day and was like, this isn't for me. I got in one fist fight in the parking lot. And then somebody beat the hell out of me in the bathroom in like between lunch. So I think I left around 1:00.
Damn.
And that was it. So then I went and hung out in the park and went and hung out in the hood and got drunk and got high and stole and beat people up and, played the game.
Right.
And then I finally got enough audacity to go to beauty school. Went to beauty school. Got a GED.
Okay.
Got a GED. Got a good enough diploma.
Right.
And, it was funny whenever I went to get my GED, my mom drove me to get my GED because she wanted to see that I actually went.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, did your mom at this time, did your mom know about the drugs,
she knew shit was good. She knew shit was going downhill.
Okay. Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. She knew shit was going downhill and she knew that I wasn't, things were real rocky at that point. I just found myself encapsulated with the wrong people on every end, north, south, east, and west. I couldn't turn without, and at that age, you're just looking for validation. So, I found it, but I found it with the wrong people. And where you get your GED in Pittsburgh is in the Hill District. In the hood, there's the hood, or there's the projects, there's the hood, and then there's the hill. I don't think a white kid has ever seen the Hill District before. But that's where my dope man lived.
Right.
I copped dope, in the hill. So when mom dropped me off at this business school, Conley, where you went and got your GED, she said she knew I knew my way around. And she didn't know how. She didn't know how I knew my way around the hood as well as I did.
He doesn't have a car.
Exactly. How the hell did you end up here? So if that wasn't the moment, then it probably came a little bit later. But yeah, that time, mom knew.
Right.
Mom knew it was a downward spiral heading for catastrophe, and it did. It did. It went as far down as you could go. Went to beauty school.
Wait. So, talk about that. What was that? Was there a conversation before you went to beauty school? Did you have this conversation with your mom? I know your father was
I remember having it with my father. Scared shitless.
Right.
And I recall a punch being thrown. I recall aggressive. I recall leaving there wanting to beat him up, but I couldn't. He was big man, stronger than I was. There was no way I could beat up my father. My father had a car. My mother did not. So when I turned that age, I remember my father giving us his, I had his car on one Sunday, and I took it into the park, into the Hill District where, I copped. And I remember the the part with my father was this moment is I was getting pulled over, and I had my father's car, and it's winter in Pittsburgh, and it's a Chevy Trailblazer. I'll never forget it. And I went and copped dope, and I didn't know what to ask for whenever I was with my dope man. I just heard it asked for rock,
Right.
or white, or H. So I wanted to try H. I didn't know what H was. So obviously that's heroin. I picked up a couple, but it was different. It was sold different. It was in balloons. It was in balloon knots. It wasn't in a plastic bag, like white or I'm so ignorant. I had no idea. I didn't even know if Google exists. I would have asked Google, how do I cop crack?
Right.
And long story short, I'm driving back to my father's to return his car to him, and then I would take the bus back to my mom's house. I get pulled over. I see the lights go off, and I have 3 balloons filled with heroin. What do?
You didn't swallow it. Tell me.
No, hell no, Darren. Took them out of my pocket, and I shoved them down the radiator.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so I shoved balloons down the radiator. So here we are. Let's go back to it's freezing cold in Pittsburgh. And you obviously turn the heat on.
Right.
So I got pulled over. I think I got let go on a warning. I didn't use my blinker, whatever it was. Get back to my dad's house, drop the car off. Kind of out, the drugs. So, they're in the car. He'll never find them.
Right.
No worries.
You'll never find them.
I'll never find him. Until the next morning when he turns his car on and that radiator turns on and melts those balloons and melts the heroin and blows through the car.
Oh my gosh.
So there was my first ass kicking from my father. And when I say ass kicking, when the coyote's chasing the roadrunner and he's running from him, and all of a sudden that damn coyote hits a wall and you can see his silhouette in the wall.
Yeah.
I saw my silhouette in the drywall.
Right.
That my father threw me through on my way
So
out the door.
he must have went to your mom's house and kicked your ass.
So I got my ass kicked for that. That nixed my relationship with dad, and it was at that point that mom knew shit was bad.
Right.
When it wasn't, I don't know how much worse it needed to get, but when she found out it was heroin, it was like, oh,
Yeah.
okay, we're not smoking joints on the corner at the bus stop anymore.
Right.